Hello, this is Albert Alvarado from the Killeen Daily Herald. I'm sure you saw my video about Charlie Strong and the character lessons he's teaching the UT football team. But now for you hardcore Longhorn fans, let's go more in depth, particularly on some of the positions that are going to be key this year. Start with wide receiver. You know, you're going to have Jackson Shipley, senior leader, son of a coach, brother of a UT legend. He's going to be there. You're going to look for a big season from him. You're also going to have Marcus Johnson. Everyone remembers that touchdown he caught against Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. Well, he's going to be coming in. He's going to be poised for a breakout year because, well, he has to. I mean, with the departure of Mike Davis, Johnson's going to be the next guy that the Longhorns are going to look to step up and help out with that vertical passing game. Now, of course, there's going to be some spots to fill in for some of the younger guys to step up and move up the depth chart. Senior John Harris, who's had his moments, he's going to have an opportunity to really make, step up, have one last good year. So will sophomore Ja'Cory Warwick, who knows how he's going to be used now with the departures of with some of the departures of some players there. But two other guys you need to keep an eye on this year is Texas City wide receiver Armonte Foreman and Abilene wide receiver Lorenzo Joe. Now is a good time as ever for what young wide receivers to make a name for themselves on that football team. Now, from the running back position, yeah, the Longhorns lost Joe Bergeron, but if there's a position where they could lose some guys, it's there at running back. You have Malcolm Brown, Jonathan Gray. I know both of them have had their injury problems in the past, but when healthy, they've had some really good performances, some dominating performances. You'll go back to the Oklahoma game where both of them rushed for 100 yards and the Longhorns just marched up and down that OU defense. So that's going to be, like I said, if there's one position that Texas can afford to, take a bit of a hit on the depth, it's going to be at running back. Secondary, earlier in the spring, Charlie Strong released Leroy Scott. That was before spring football even started. So you're going to have some concern there, but luckily Josh Turner was able to get back from a suspension. He's back on the team as of Wednesday afternoon. And honestly, as much as the secondary, as much as their play is important, you do have a veteran cornerback in Quandre Diggs. They're helping out the safeties. But as much as playing the secondary is important, UT does have a good stout defensive line, particularly with Cedric Reed. That guy is going to have one, you're going to look for him to have one more really good year before going to the NFL. And really in the game of football, if your defensive line could put some pressure on, that'll really help alleviate the young secondary. Think of Texas in 2008 when they had Sergio Kindle and Brian Orakpo. That really helped out young guys like Earl Thomas and Blake Gideon that were still wet behind the ears at that point. Really develop and really turn into a strong secondary in the years to come. But Texas' schedule this year is tough. You have an early test with UCLA, who's coming off of a really good year, and they have a returning quarterback. They have a good core of their players returning. Of course, you have the Red River rivalry up in Dallas with Oklahoma, who's still building off the momentum of trouncing Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. Texas has to go to Kansas State, a place and a team where they haven't been very successful in the past. They still have to go to Texas Tech, and weird things tend to happen in Lubbock. And, of course, they have defending Big 12 champion Baylor at home, and they have to go to Stillwater. I'm thinking that Texas, you're going to look for an 8-4 year this year, especially because Charlie Strong hasn't had a whole lot of time to bring in his players, his guys that fit in his system. The key game I'm going to talk to you about is going to happen on November 15th at Oklahoma State. Now, Oklahoma State, they're poised to have a big year this year. They have a veteran quarterback coming in, where last year they had an experience at that position. Look for that game to be a stepping stone. If Texas can hang in there in Stillwater with a bunch of those crazy Cowboy fans in there beating on beating on the stadium with their sticks there in the front row. If they can hold on and give Oklahoma State a good game, stay within 10 points, or even pull out a win, that's going to be the win that'll give them some momentum, finish the year off strong, go into a bowl game, and see where 2015 takes them.